Okay, I hope people got the meaning of these four categories. Subclasses in the same package, non-subclasses in the same package, subclasses in different packages, classes that are neither in the same package nor a subclass. Okay. Okay, so entire chapter, it is dependent on this topic only, access protection. And one more topic is there, where we will discuss about import keyword, because in Java files we use import keyword. About that topic, we will discuss after this topic, that is access protection. Okay. The three access specifiers, private, public, and protected, provide a variety of ways to produce many levels of access required by these categories. See, whenever you consider the access level or access protection in OOP concept, that is object-oriented programming concept, you have to consider these access specifiers, private, public, and protected. So in C++ and OOP, people remember, private data members or functions cannot be accessed outside the class. Public data members and methods or functions, what we call, can be accessed outside the class, that is in the main method also. Whereas protected data members and methods, if you consider for only one class, it behaves same like private. But if you consider the inheritance concept, we can say there is a different it's different from private access specifier. So in case of C++, but in case of Java, we'll see how it works, because still now, if you look at the programs up to inheritance, or we can say up to class and objects chapter, I have not used any of these access specifiers. Directly I have written int I, comma int ij in class. That is nothing but no modifier. That is default access. Now we will see how to make use of these access specifiers in addition to no access specifier. So here it is a table. Okay. Okay. So if we understand this table, so we feel very much easy about access specifiers. Okay, access specifiers, that too with respect to packages. Okay. Okay. So we'll see the things in this table. Okay. See, whatever we saw the categories. Okay. Java addresses four categories of visibility for class members. These four categories we have to consider in this table. See, first category, subclasses in the same package. So you see first row, same class. First thing is same class, same package, subclass. See, same class means where there is no inheritance concept. Same class means there is no inheritance concept. Only one class you are considering. Okay, there is no inheritance concept. And when you say subclass, there is an inheritance concept. So same package, subclass. That means subclasses in the same package. First category, subclasses in the same package. Here what they have done is same package, subclass. Next, non-subclasses in the same package. That is nothing but same package, non-subclass. Third row, same package, non-subclass. You look at the first column. Okay, different package, subclass. That is the third category. Okay, what we saw in these categories, that is the third category. Different package, non-subclass. So that is the last category. Okay. Now we will see what is this table. See, when we declare a data member, that is instance variable or a method, by these access specifiers, private, public, protected, no modifier. No modifier means if you don't write the keywords either private or public or protected, then it is treated as no modifier. If you mention explicitly, that means if you mention manually, if you mention private or protected or public, then it is treated as private, public, protected. But if you don't mention anything, then it is no modifier access specifier. In class and objects chapter we saw double depth, double width, double height. There I have not mentioned any private, protected, or public. So it is treated as no modifier. Okay. Now, if we declare the data members and methods in these access specifiers, we see the accessibility. Accessibility like where you can access. See, if you are considering only one class, if you are considering one class, all the members are accessible. You see, if you are declaring data member as a private or no modifier or protected or public, you can access all the data members, that is instance variables and methods within one class itself, because there is no inheritance concept and there is no another class also, and it is in the same package. So if you're considering one class, all the data members or methods, which if you are declared public or protected or no modifier or private, it can be accessed. Next. When you go to the subclass, if there is an inheritance concept, So if there is an inheritance concept, that means we have one subclass, one superclass. In that case, what happens? You see, data members, that is instance variables or methods, if it is declared as no modifier or protected or public, then you can access. Okay, no modifier, protected or public, then you can access. But if you are declaring it as private, you cannot access. See, wherever word no is there, the meaning of that is you cannot access. Wherever yes is there, the meaning of that is you can access. Okay. So if you want to access the class member which is declared as no modifier, protected and public, then in the subclass you can access. But if it is declared as private, it cannot be accessed. Okay. Next row. Same package non-subclass. Non-subclass means what? Two classes will be there, but two classes are not linked. Okay, that is nothing but non-subclass, but it will be present in same folder. Okay, wherever you see same package, that means same folder within the same folder, and wherever you see subclass, there is a link. There will be subclass and superclass, and where you see wherever you see non-subclass, there will be two classes, but two classes are not linked. If it is not linked, then why we have to consider? Because it is present in same folder. So if it is present in same folder, you consider. If it is present in same folder, but if two classes are not linked also, you have to consider that. So same package non-subclass. In case of this, no modifier, protected, public. These variables can be accessed. But if it is declared as private, you cannot access. Okay. Next, different package subclass. So there should be minimum two classes. Two classes should be linked, but should be present in two different folders. Different package means two different folders. In that case, if you are declaring class member as private or no modifier, you cannot access. Okay, you see how its level is going. If you declare private or no modifier, you cannot access. Then for which variables you can access? If it is declared as protected and public. If it is declared as protected and public, then you can access. Okay. Then different package non-subclass. So two Java files in two different folders, but non-subclass. That means two files are not linked. So you see last one, there is no link at all. First of all, we are saying different package. That means two different folders. And again, we are saying non-subclass. That means two files are not linked. If the two files are not linked and if they are present in two different folders, then you cannot access any variables. Only public members you can access. If the variables are declared as public, that itself you can access. Okay, because it is present in the same project. So you can access, that's all. Other variables which are declared as private or no modifier or protected, you cannot access at all if it is a non-subclass in two different folders. So if you remember this table, then this project becomes easy. Okay. So same thing, whatever it is present in the table, same thing they have given in the explanation form here. We will see what they have given theoretically. Okay. Java's access control mechanism can be simplified it as follows. Okay, so what we will see, what is that? Okay. First point, anything declared public can be accessed from anywhere. See this sentence about last column they are telling. Anything declared public can be accessed from anywhere. See, if you are declaring data member, that is instance variable or a method as a public, you see in all the categories it is accessible. You see the last column, it is accessible in same class, it is accessible in the same package subclass, it is accessible in same package non-subclass, it is accessible in different package subclass, even it is accessible in different package non-subclass. So it can be accessed anywhere. That means within that same project. Okay. So first sentence is anything declared public can be accessed from anywhere. Next, anything declared private cannot be seen outside its class. The meaning of that is if you are declaring data member or a method as private, you cannot access anywhere except its own class. Okay, see first column. See first sentence will explain about the last column. Second sentence will explain about first column. So we can say it is like opposite. In case of public, it can be accessed in all the cases. Same class, same package, different class, different package, in all the cases. Whereas if you are declaring instance variable or method with the private access specifier, except its own class, you cannot access anywhere. So you see first column, no, 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 no. Okay, same package, non-subclass, different package, non-subclass, everywhere I have written no. Except its own class, you cannot access anywhere. So second sentence they are telling anything declared public cannot be seen outside its class. The meaning of that is anything declared as private cannot be used outside that class. Only within that class only you can use. Even if there is inheritance concept also you cannot use. So only first row is same class. Okay. Same class means one class you have to consider. Individual one class you have to consider, and in that class one access specifier, that is private, you have to consider. Okay. Next, third point. So we'll see what they're telling in the third point. When a member does not have an explicit access specification, it is visible to subclasses as well as to the other classes in the same package. See, explicit means manual, implicit means automatic. The meaning of explicit is manual, implicit means automatic. When a member does not have an explicit access specification, explicit access specification means what? We have to write it. We have to mention either private or public or protected. If you are not mentioning either private or public or protected, you have to consider the second column, no modifier. So it will come in the category no modifier. If that is the case, it is visible to subclasses as well as to other classes in the same package. The meaning of that is it's very simple. It is accessible within the same package. In that way, you understand this whole sentence. What we can understand is it is accessible within the same package, whether it is a subclass or non-subclass. It is accessible within the same package. So you look at this arrow mark. Till same package, I have drawn arrow mark. Okay, that means same class, same package, non-subclass. Okay, till same package, arrow mark is there. If you go for the different package, I have written no, no. Okay, so till same package, you can consider yes, yes, yes. First row, second row, third row. Because up to third row, there is a word called same package. When you go to the fourth row, there is a different package. So there is no, no. So it is accessible within the same package. This is called as default access. This is the default access. Okay. Next, fourth point. I hope people got about third point. Okay. Third point is if you are not written for private, public or protected, it is considered as no modifier. In that case, within the same package, you can write yes, it is accessible. So for first three rows, I have written yes, yes, yes. When you go to the different package, write it as no. That means no, it is not accessible. Okay. Next, last point what they're telling. If you want to allow an element to be seen outside your current package, but only to the classes that are subclass directly, then declare that element as protected. So about protected, little bit confusion. Confusion in the sense, some understanding is required here, because in case of public, we don't have any doubt because it can be accessed everywhere. In case of private, there also we don't have any doubt because it can be accessed only within its class. So it is just like opposite. Public members can be accessed anywhere, private members cannot be accessed anywhere except that class. And in case of no modifier, up to same package. You see, till where I have written yes, up to same package I have written yes. When you go to the different package, no. And in case of protected, little bit different here. Different in the sense, you just concentrate in the sentence. If you want to allow an element to be seen outside your current package, that means if you want to access the variable in the different folder also, in the different package also, but only to classes that subclass directly, then declare that element as protected. So the meaning of protected here is you look at the column protected till where I have written yes, you see. Same class, same package, non-subclass, different package. Even in different package also I have written yes, provided it should be subclass. Understood? In different package also I have written yes. You look at the protected column, provided it should be subclass. If it is not a subclass, then write it as no. So for the last row I have written no. I hope you got about protected. Okay. So once again in simple words I will tell you, you just remember anything declared public can be accessed anywhere. Anything declared private, it can be accessed only within the same class. Anything declared without an access specifier, that is considered as no modifier, that can be accessed within the same package. So wherever same package is there, write it as yes. Anything declared protected can be accessed within the same package as well as within the other package, provided that should be subclass. Okay. I hope people got about this table. You can look at the table for a few seconds. If you have any doubts, you can ask. And even you can look at these sentences also. So remaining topics, what I discussed about these 7 files, 2 packages, P1, P2 and 7 files, it all depends on this table only, this table and explanation. So some more things they have mentioned about this table. The above table apply only to members of classes. A non-nested class has only two possible access levels. Non-nested class means nested meaning one within another. Okay, one class within another, like nested if statement in C programming we saw. Nested if statement in C++ also. Nested means one within another. Nested if means if condition within another if condition. Nested for loop means one for loop within another for loop. So here non-nested class means what? There should be no file which contains two classes, that is one class within another class. So till now we didn't see at all. Okay, if you look at all the programs till packages chapter, even in packages chapter also we have not seen nested class. Okay, always we are seeing like non-nested class only. If you look at these files, for example, if you look at these files, see demo.java. So only one class is there. There is no class within a class. Protection.java. There is no class within a class. Only one class is there. The meaning of that is it is non-nested class only. So we can consider this explanation to all of these files. Okay. A non-nested class has only two possible access levels. Two possible access levels means default and public. When a class is declared as public, it is accessible by any other code. If a class has default access, then it can only be accessed by other code within the same package. When a class is public, it must be only public class declared in the file, and the file must have the same name as the class name. This is very important statement here. Okay, in interview they will ask this question. That is, when a class is a public, it must be only public class declared in the file, and the file must have the same name as the class. The meaning of that is, say for example, if you consider there is no main method. See, for example, I have opened this protection.java. Just a minute. Okay, I have opened the file called as protection.java. You see there is no main method here. One class is there. And what I have done is, like before I have written class protection, I have written the keyword called as public. See why we have to write keyword called as public means because if suppose if I write one more class, say class A, I have written one more class here. Okay, I will save this file. Now, see there are two classes, right? Two classes. If suppose either in protection class or in class A, if I write main method, either in protection class or in class A, if I write main method, then file name will be the same of that class name. Like if I write public static void main in protection class, then I can say protection.java. Or if I write main method in class A, I can say a.java. But in both the classes, I have not written main method. In class A also I have not written main method. In protection class also I have not written main method. Then file name, by which class name I should give as file name? That is the question here. Because in both the classes I have not written main method. See, there can exist more than one class in one file. First point is there can exist more than one class in one file. Second point is if you have written main method in one of the class, then that file name should be of that class name. Okay, if I written main method in one of the class, for example, if I write main method in protection class, you should name it as protection.java. If I write main method in class A, then you have to name it as a.java. Third point is, if the main method is not there, then how you have to name the file? What you have to do is, if you are writing more than one class, for which class you declare it as public. See, I have declared public class protection. For which class you declare it as public, file name should be that class name. File name should be that class name. For example, here if I say public class A, instead of public class protection, if I say public class A and I remove the public keyword for class protection. Okay, now you see one error is displayed automatically. See here, what is that error? Class A is public, should be declared in file named a.java. Clearly they are mentioning class A is public, should be declared in a file named a.java. That means here we have two classes, protection and class A, but have written public keyword for class A and file name is protection.java, which is not matching. So either I have to declare public keyword for protection class, or I have to rename this file. I have to rename this file as a.java. I hope you people are getting. If there are two classes in one file, and if you are mentioning public keyword for a particular class, that file name and the class name should match, where you have mentioned the public keyword. So in the document, the statement is, say last sentence, when a class is public, it must be the only public class declared in the file. And file name must have the same class name. That means file name and class name should match. And it must be the only public class declared in that file. You cannot declare for more than two classes public keyword, because file name and class name should match wherever you have written public keyword. Okay. And whatever we are discussing about this entire access protection project, that is P1 and P2 folders and files, 7 files, we have 4 files have put in P1 folder, 3 files in P2 folder, and we are executing that complete project. Whole thing is about non-nested class only. Okay, it is not a nested class. That means we will not see class within a class. Okay. So this is an access example. So I will discuss this in the next class, because if I start explaining about this entire coding, so you have to complete within one class. Because if I start and if I end at the middle and if I continue in the next class, for you and for me, it will be not comfortable. Okay, we will discuss in the next class. So if I start this, at least half an hour we have to deal with this. Okay. Okay, fine. So if you have any doubts, you can ask before I terminate the class.